Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. It's your girl Shantae. This is the Earthly and Ethereal channel, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I wanted to come and kind of pick up where I left off about the Earth Angels video that I did maybe about 2 weeks ago. This is part 2. I'm thinking this is going to be like a 3 or 4 part video, but today I wanted to dive into more details about the different aspects, or the different archetypes, I guess you could say, of an Earth Angel. But first, just to recap what we last talked about on this topic, we kind of looked into what is an Earth Angel? Like, what is the definition of an Earth Angel? And I kind of went into how an Earth Angel is basically an evolved soul here to basically transmute energy, right? Here to transmute energy. And that's important because now the question begs, how? How does an Earth Angel show up in the Earth plane to transmute that energy needed, right? And that's kind of what I want to get into. So we're going to go over a few different aspects of, or I wouldn't say aspects, or rather a few different ways that an Earth Angel may show up. People who are Earth Angels will likely gravitate towards these specific types of either, characteristics or traits, even maybe, line of work. And I think we can kind of figure out what some of those are, but we're just going to go dig into it and see where you land. And what I will tell you guys, because I think that Earth Angels can sometimes, characteristics can sometimes overlap each other. So maybe you may have a little bit of this type of characteristic or this type, you know what I'm saying? It can overlap. Some of us are multi-gifted, multi-spiritually gifted. Some of us have a very definitive archetype and, very definitive traits that are strong and prominent more so than others. So just kind of see where you fall, as we go along here. And the first way, or the first title, I guess you could say, that we would likely see an Earth Angel show up in this Earth plane, in this material plane, is as a light worker. Of course, a light worker. So the light worker Earth Angel has a mission to raise the vibration of the planet and spread divine light. You know that person who is just always so positive, always seeing the positivity in everything, always seeking to bring the light, the love, the energy to a situation. I know a few, not a lot, but I know a few. And the gift usually of the light worker is energy healing. They are also really good at reading aura. They're really good at reading the aura, channeling, cleansing spaces by their very presence, and also spiritual teachings. It comes very easily for them. However, one of the challenges, or some of the challenges that a light worker can maybe encounter, is because they are dealing in the realm of energy healing, they can become overwhelmed by absorbing other people's energy, right? Absorbing energy. They may have difficulty grounding because of all that energy that they are picking up. And they may experience burnout from saving too many people. Listen, to my light workers, to the healers, do your due diligence to keep yourself good. If it means unplugging, if it means, removing yourself from the collective and just going in, do that. Part of your duty as a healer is to make sure that you are pouring from a full cup, right? Nobody wins if you're not well within yourself. So one of the things that you may find in a light worker angel, Earth Angel, or some of the things, is that they're drawn to doing energy work with things like Reiki, crystals, chakra work. They have a understanding of sacred geometry. These are the people that they understand light code. It's just, they get it. So yeah, and they just kind of feel called to bring more light, like I said, to every room that they enter, every situation that they enter. Yeah, and then moving right along, we have the messenger Earth Angel. Let's talk about the messenger. So the mission of the messenger is to bring divine truth, inspiration, spiritual guidance through words, right? Now, one thing that we have to remember that I think is quite important is that when it comes to, let's say, the messenger, right? They use their words as a healing tool. So these are the people who have a very prolific way with words, and we all know them. We all know them. Sometimes we may say they have the gift of the gab, but it's the way how they write. It's the way how they speak. Some are singers, right? Storytellers. And they also have a way of having very intuitive downloads that they can communicate through their chosen format, be it writing, music. They have just beautiful intuitive downloads. And some of the challenges that a Earth Angel messenger may encounter, of course, is going to be with sometimes feeling unheard, feeling like they are sharing their message via their medium, right? Their chosen medium, but they are not seen or heard. Sometimes they may even censor their voice. They may not speak up. And say what they really feel because of what it may lead to. Like if they have an intuitive download and it's just a little bit too spicy, they may censor it a little bit so that, you know what I'm saying? But also, one of the things that I think that messengers, earth angel messengers, may struggle with, probably more so than any other, because it is, you know, they are working with an element that can be a little bit, it's very definitive, you know, when you're getting those intuitive downloads, or you're having this sense of like information that you can't quantify or qualify through anything else but yourself. Sometimes you may have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like, am I who I say I am? Am I who I say I am? And it's important, I think, for that variation of an earth angel to do their throat chakra work, right? Do your throat chakra work, but also make sure that you are grounded so that you are coming from the place of, you know, having the confidence, the stabilization to know that whatever you are receiving, it's real, it's true, right? Yeah. So a sign that you may be a messenger is that you feel deeply inspired to write books, to write poems, to write songs, to speak in public, especially as it pertains to spiritual themes. Like, that's just your domain, right? Yeah. Moving right along. Another variation of an earth angel and how they may show up in this earth plane is the warrior earth angel, the warrior. And the warrior earth angel is here to protect and fight for justice and truth, period. All right. Their gift is going to be courage, having a strong presence, leaning into that leadership quality, excellent spiritual discernment, and they enforce boundaries. You're not stepping on their boundaries because they're boundary enforcers. But some of the challenges that this specific type of earth angel may run into is they may attract conflict because they have that warrior spirit. They may attract conflict more so than others. And sometimes they are misunderstood as being aggressive rather than trying to carry out righteousness, you know, or balance the scales. So I think as an earth angel that may carry that warrior spirit, you want to always make sure that you are, you know, leaning into a more balanced approach. Yeah. And some signs that you might be a warrior earth angel is you are just a natural advocate. My Libras out there. My Libras out there. Are y'all out there? Yeah. A natural advocate. You just always want to protect the underdog, and you are a defender of spiritual law. Like, you don't allow people to be around you and just, you know, not operate in universal law, spiritual law. Like, no, that's not okay with you. All right. And basically these are people who came here to defend a sense of spiritual righteousness. Even if they got to do it alone, even if they got to be solo dolo, walk alone, they are going to stand upright in defending that spiritual righteousness. All right. And then moving along, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but we're already about 11 minutes in. The fourth type of earth angel is actually the nature earth angel, right? And this is the earth angel that is here to protect, honor, and work in harmony with nature and animals. These are people who have gifts of a deep bond with earth. They have a deep bond with the herbals of the planet, the plants, the trees. They communicate with trees communicate with them. You know, they are the animal whisperers, they are the environmental healers, and they just have that ability to bond with nature very easily, and they heal through nature, and they too receive healing through nature, right? More so than maybe others. Some of the challenges for this type of earth angel is that in environments where it feels more urban, where things are more structured, they're going to feel drained. It's going to be hard for them to adapt to those type of environments. And they also feel such a strong bond to nature that when we're dealing with like the destruction of natural habitats, this is something that is going to be painful to them. It's going to almost make them feel like they are in a state of grief, right? When they are seeing things happen in the environment that is just like, you know, not in cohesive unit with nature and natural law, you know. You might be a natural earth angel if you happen to thrive in natural spaces, if you love gardening, if you have just a natural green thumb, you just have a connection, a bond with earth, with nature. You feel more comfortable in nature than you feel like in maybe a more structured environment like a house. You just feel at home in nature, right? And also if you have just an intuitive ability to communicate with animals, if animals and like insects and things just gravitate towards you in a way that feels safe and feels comfortable, and you can just kind of hone in on their energy, this might be you. All right. And then the fifth type of earth angel is the empathic or the healer. Y'all know I was going to talk about the healer. So the mission for the healer is to emotionally and spiritually heal others through compassion and intuitive care. Their gift is, of course, emotional sensitivity, right? Having a strong sense of empathy. They're also the hands-on healing, listening with intuitive presence, right? These are the people that got a lot of patience to kind of just sit and talk with you and hear you out, and they have that ability to just kind of be present in the moment. However, their challenge is that they may be taking on other people's pain. They may have very, very hard difficulty setting those emotional boundaries, and they tend to attract energetic vampires because they're so connected to the emotions, and they care, right? So sometimes they may attract those energetic vampires, and you might be a healing earth angel. If people just feel the need to stop and just talk to you, pour their heart out to you, people feel drawn to you, people open up to you easily, people just kind of feel like they can just tell you anything and everything, you know. You may feel even called to be like maybe a nurse, a therapist, even a doula, or some type of energy healer, right? Because you are able to transmute that energy very easily through those aspects. Now, remember I said that some of these would overlap. So you may find that you have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but these are just the prominent titles and archetypes, right, that an earth angel may show up in. But it's not to say that it's just you have to have, like, you have to check off each box in each category. You might check off a few boxes in a few of the categories, right? I know I do. All right, so moving right along, let's see here. Now, this one is going to be a little controversial. These other few are going to be a little controversial, right? Okay, so this one is called the shape shifter, or mirror earth angel. And this particular type of earth angel, their mission is to reflect truth and awaken others by mirroring back what they need to see, both light and shadow. Both light and shadow, right? And their gifts is acting, mimicry, chameleon energy, triggering transformation in others. So that don't sound very angel-like. That sounds a little annoying, but again, remember, the earth angel is here to transmute energy. Transmute energy doesn't mean that it's going to be in a way that is just all love and light, right? So some of the challenges that this particular type of earth angel may come across is having identity issues, people projecting their energy onto you, attracting jealousy or rejection. And some of the signs that you might be this type of earth angel, the earth angel that is a shapeshifter, it is people are often transformed or changed after being around you, even if they can't explain why, and even if they don't like it. They are often changed by being around you, right? Because you hold a mirror. You hold a mirror for them to see parts of themselves that they don't necessarily love to see. All right, and then we have here, and we're gonna end it here. So this is gonna be the last one, number 8. This is the shadow worker earth angel. All right, and the mission of the shadow worker earth angel is to walk with others through their darkness and bring light into buried trauma. That's heavy, right? The gifts of this earth angel is the gift of having depth, right? This is the earth angel that has a lot of wisdom, insight into suffering, strong intuition about the wounded. Some of the, just knowing the heaviness that this earth angel walks with, we know that some of the challenges that an earth angel that is in this regard may have is depression. This may be the earth angel that battles with loneliness, karmic ancestral burdens, and this earth angel needs regular spiritual cleansing because you're dealing with shadow work. Okay, this ain't easy. But signs that you might be one is that you've survived trauma and now help other people heal. And you feel at home in the dark, but you carry the light. You feel at home in the dark, but you carry the light. This is the earth angel that is not afraid of the dark, but understands that they are the light in the dark. They are that glimmer of hope in the dark, right? Whew, yeah. So like I said, y'all, if you can relate to or hear yourself being described in a few different definitions here, variations here of types of earth angels, that's completely normal, because the concept of being an earth angel means that you carry certain energies and vibration that will overlap, right? So there is no one characteristic trait or one, label, and, so you may have a little bit of everything or a little bit of a few. Because earth angels often overlap these roles and may even evolve from one type to another throughout life. Like, for instance, you might be a healer in your 20s and a warrior in your 30s, right? Or you may embody all or multiple at one time. So it just all depends on where you are. But the point is, do you identify with any aspect of it? If you do, and I feel like a lot of us may, but if you do, there's a good chance that you do walk with that earth angel vibration, and especially if you identify with quite a few. But yeah, I hope that this was something that was informative. And the next video I kind of want to dive into, because this is what really intrigued me about the whole earth angel concept. I want to dive into why earth angels suffer so much. Why do earth angels suffer so much? I find that there is, with this role in this archetype, and by the way, y'all, there's many different archetypes, right, that a soul, a being may take on as they journey through this earth realm. Earth angel is just one of them. Earth angel is just one that you may identify with, but there's many different archetypes. I'm just focused on this particular archetype right now because it's what I feel drawn to explore and to get to know a little bit more about, right? But there are many different, and but with the earth angel archetype, one of the things that's very prominent is this idea of having a lot of suffering attached to their journey. And I kind of want to get into that because that ties into the conversation. Sorry, y'all, my camera cut off. That ties into what I want to get into about the astrological aspect of being an earth angel, which is also very important because in the in the astrological makeup, you can see where there can be a, you know, an indicator of having that earth angel archetype. So that's why I kind of want to go over that, because I think that kind of will help us to understand whether or not we hold that frequency or not, by especially if you know your natal chart, right? But anyway, y'all, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank y'all for listening. As always, you guys know I'm wishing you divine wellness, and I do hope that you guys are finding something to have joy about, something to anchor you in these times that are what they are, but something to anchor you to a sense of groundedness, and just again finding something to be joyful about every day. Yeah. All right. So take care, and I'll be talking to you soon. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, y'all. Like, can y'all subscribe to my channel, please? I mean, come on. If you're watching, just hit that subscription. And also be sure to watch my shorts. Sometimes, okay, let me just say this, and I'm gonna go. I like to do like my little cooking videos, because I feel like those are what gets my cooking videos do get the most views. It don't matter what I'm cooking, y'all. People just like to look at food. So be sure to check those out. And plus, you know, this is the earthly and ethereal channel, so we do a little bit of earthly things and we do a little bit of ethereal things. So I like to mix it up. So check those out. And again, be sure to subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, like it, share it, and show the love. Much love to you from me. All right. Bye, y'all.